Good morning, class. Today we will have another lecture of design of meson element, and today's topic which we will discuss are theories of elastic failures. So before starting the main topic, that is theories of elastic failure, we should know what is strain energy, because strain energy is mostly related to these failures theories. So at first, what is strain energy? So what is energy? Write down the definition about what is stress energy. So the stress energy is defined as, rather I can write, it is defined as the work done by load, the work done by load provided no energy is added or subtracted in the form of heat. In the form of heat. In some cases, strain energy is referred to internal energy also. So this is the main things which we will discuss about strain energy. What is this? It is defined as the work done by load provided no energy is added or subtracted in the form of heat. So it is mainly a work done where there is no external heat is either given to the system or extracted out from the system. So this type of energy is known as strain energy. In some cases, strain energy is referred to internal energy also. So in some cases it is also referred to internal energy. What is internal energy? The internal energy is a form of energy which is being included inside a body when some amount of work done is done on that body or object. So now, how to calculate this strain energy? So let us consider an object of length dx and its height is dy. This is the elongation part after hitting or after work done on that object. This is the force F which is applying on both sides, and this F force is tensile force. This is the 3D object where the three length or the dimension are given dx, dy and dz. So the strain energy, that is U, can be given by formula, that is 1 by 2 into force F into Ex into dx. So this is the mainly force formula of strain energy. In case of force, we can put that force is equals to what? Sigma x into dy into dz. And again dx is already being derived from the above line. 1 by 2 into sigma x into Ex into dx dy dz, that is being written over here. Just this is the arrangement, nothing external things. So 1 by 2 into sigma x, and Ex can be written as sigma x by E. As you all know that, what is that? The Young's modulus or any modulus is given as, that is modulus is stress by strain. So this is the mainly formula which is being implemented here. Into dx into dy into dz. That is dx dy dz. What is this? You can easily relate this to the volume of that object. So that is U by volume equals to 1 by 2 into sigma x square by E. So this is the main formula of strain energy per unit volume. So this is the formula of strain energy per unit volume, and that is equals to 1 by 2 into sigma x square by E. Now write it down and we will next get back to the another topic. So now coming back to the next topic, that is what are the theories of failure. So there are mainly 5 theories of failure. The first one is maximum principal stress theory, that is given by Rankine. The next one is maximum shear stress theory, that is given by Guest-Tresca. The third one is maximum principal strain theory, that is given by Saint-Venant. The fourth one is total strain energy per unit volume theory, that is given by Hague. and the fifth one is shear strain energy per unit volume theory, that is given by von Mises and Hanke. So these are the mainly 5 theories of failure which are used, different elasticity, which represents the different theories of elastic failures. So we will get back to one by one. So starting from the maximum principal stress theory. So write down the first theory, that is maximum principal stress theory, that is given by Rankine. So the first theory is, that is maximum principal stress theory. So this is the statement of the maximum principal stress theory, that is, according to this theory, the failure of material will occur when the maximum principal stress in a complex stress system reaches the elastic limit stress in a simple tension. Failure will occur. That means this failure will occur when the maximum principal stress will reaches the elastic limit. That means this is the main line, that is the maximum principal stress will reaches the elastic limit. That time this theory will occur. So according to this theory, the statement for the principal stress, that is given by sigma 1 equals to sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus 1 by 2 into sigma x minus sigma y ka whole square plus 4 into tau square xy, that is given by sigma yp. So the sigma 1 is here principal stress, sigma s plus sigma y are the stresses, or rather can tensile stress in the direction of x and y, and tau is shear stress along xy direction, and yp denotes here the stress at yield point. So this is mainly the principal shear stress theory, which mainly denotes that the theory, the failure will occur when the maximum principal stress will reaches the elastic limit, and the statement is given here. So now coming back to the next principal stress theory. Write it down. We will not get back to the next one. Now the next topic is maximum shear stress theory. So according to this theory, this theory states that the failure can be assumed to occur when the maximum shear stress in the complex stress system is equal to the maximum shear stress in simple tension. That means this failure will occur according to this theory when the maximum shear stress in a complex system, let us suppose there is a system in which various number of forces are acting, then that type of system is mainly considered as complex system. So in a complex system, the maximum shear stress will equal to the, in a simple tension, that will be the maximum shear stress in a complex system will equal to the maximum shear stress in simple tension. If this happens or occurs, then maximum shear stress theory will apply, or this failure will occur. So according to this theory, the statement that is given as sigma x minus sigma y ka whole square plus 4 tau square xy equals to sigma yp, where sigma x and sigma y are tensile or principal stresses along x and y direction, and tau is shear stress, and sigma yp is stress at yield point. So I hope you understand. Write it down and we will get back to the next one. Now the third topic is that the maximum principal strain theory. This is the third one. So this is the maximum principal strain theory. This theory assumes that the failure occurs when the maximum strain for a complex state of stress system becomes equal to the strain at yield point in the tensile test for the 3D complex state of stress system. That means this is similar to the maximum principal stress theory, just there is a replacement of strain in place of stress. That means the maximum strain for a complex state of stress system becomes equal to the strain at yield point in the tensile state. There stress in the complex system equal to stress in tensile test, and here strain for a complex state equals to strain at yield point in a tensile test, and both are for 3D complex state of stress system. The equation for maximum principal strain theory is sigma 1 by E minus gamma into sigma 2 by E minus gamma into sigma 3 by E equals to sigma yp by E, where sigma 1 is tensile strength, principal tensile stress, sigma 2 is principal, again sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3 both are principal stresses, where E is Young's modulus. We can already gone through this in the previous chapters, and gamma is the rate of change, or it is denoted by Cp by Cb, or it is a factor of ratios of different specific heads, and sigma yp by E, or is already I have known you, that is Young's modulus, and sigma yp is stress or at yield point. So we know that sigma 1 by A, or this can be rewrite as sigma 1 minus gamma into sigma 2 minus gamma into sigma 3 equals to sigma yp. We cancel out Young's modulus from each term. So this is the statement for maximum principal strain theory. I hope you understand this. Now getting back to the next topic. So now coming back to the fourth one, that is total strain energy theory. So this theory assumes that the failure occurs when the total strain energy for a complex state of stress system is equal to that at the yield point in a tensile test. So it is also similar, that will be just in case of principal stress, principal strain. Here we mention stress strain energy. So strain energy at a complex system when equal to the strain energy at in a tensile test, then this is a case of failure of total strain energy theory. For 3D stress, here we write the equation for total strain energy theory is sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square minus 2 mu. Mu is bulk modulus, and sigma 1 into sigma 1 minus sigma 2 plus sigma 2 into sigma 3 plus sigma 3 into sigma 1 is equals to sigma y square. And for 2D stress, this will be written as sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 mu into sigma 1 into sigma 2 equals to sigma y square. So mainly this is the total strain energy theory. Just write this equation. This will help you while solving numericals. Thank you. And now coming back to the next one, that is the final theory of failure. Now the final theory of elastic failure, that is shear strain energy theory. This theory states that the failure occurs when the maximum shear strain energy component for the complex state of stress system is equal to that at the yield point in the tensile test. This is also similar. All elastic theories are similar. Just replace the terms of the statement or heading in the main definition. Otherwise, all terms are same. That means in a complex state, this theory actually compares a system in a complex state of stress to that at the yield point in tensile test. Where there is maximum principal stress, we replace principal stress terms. In strain, in maximum energy, in energy. That is all okay. The main purpose of these theories are to compare the max stress, strain energy, stress energy, maximum principal stress, all terms in a complex system of stress system to the yield point in the tensile test. So I hope the statement for this is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 ka square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 ka whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 ka whole square equals to 2 times of sigma square yp. So this is the equation, and this is the final strain energy theory. I hope you understand all these things. So these are the mainly 5 theories of failure. The main purpose, once again I am repeating the statement, that is the main purpose of these theories of failure are to compare the stress, strain or energy in a complex system to that of yield point in a tensile test. This is the main purpose of comparison of failures of these elastic theories. I hope you understand all these topics. Have a note, and if any doubts, share me with me. Okay, thank you.